This is From the Plains to the Pros. I'm Joleigh Cavanagh here with updates on former Auburn Tigers in the NFL and NBA. We had yet another jam-packed weekend, however this time with some great plays rather than injuries. So let's get started. Starting things off with Thursday night football, the Carolina Panthers took on the Chicago Bears, with the Bears stealing the win 16-13. However, on Carolina, two former Tigers played. First up, Derrick Brown delivered a great performance. He recorded 10 total tackles, including 9 solo and 2 tackles for loss, as well as 2 quarterback hits. Then, the rookie Leota had his best game yet. He had 3 total tackles, including 2 solo, and was officially moved up to the Panthers' 53-man roster from the practice squad. Speaking of the practice squad, wide receiver Shedrick Jackson made his first NFL play, but it wasn't a catch. After being elevated from the Bengals practice squad on Saturday, Jackson recorded a special teams tackle on Texans' Tank Dell on the Bengals' third punt of the first half. He was placed back on the practice squad on Monday. Also making a tackle on special teams, Chargers long snapper Josh Harris recorded his 3rd tackle on the season. On the first play of the game, the Lions defense led the Chargers to a 3-and-out. However, Harris came in and made a play. After the Chargers punted at 58 yards, Harris tackled Lions punt returner Khalif Raymond before he could make a run out of it. Over in Las Vegas, the Jets and Raiders went head-to-head on Sunday Night Football, with 2 Tigers having solid performances. On the Jets, it was linebacker Jamien Sherwood. He had 7 total tackles, including 5 solo, and also had 1 pass defended and a forced fumble. It was the Chargers' first down, and the Jets were down 4 points with only 6 minutes left in the game, and Sherwood was able to tackle Raiders running back Josh Jacobs to force the fumble. This led to a Jets recovery, with Sherwood giving his team another chance to score and win the game. However, the Jets did not win, losing to Las Vegas 16-12. Contributing to that win was none other than Daniel Carlson. He had 10 points on the night with a 100% completion rate. He made 3 field goals of 40 yards, 41 yards, and a long field goal of 54 yards. Next, there were 4 players who were questionable coming into the week with injuries, but were active and competed. Starting in Germany, the Colts took on the Patriots, and for the first time in 5 games, offensive tackle Braden Smith played, and he played well. In his first game back from injury, he allowed 0 sacks. Then, over in Tampa, both Roger McCreary of the Titans and Jamel Dean of the Buccaneers came back from injury. After missing 2 games with a hamstring injury, Roger McCreary was ready to compete. He had 5 total tackles, including 4 solo and 1 pass defended, as well as an interception. He was able to intercept Baker Mayfield on 3rd and 15 during Tampa's first drive of the game. He then ran for 18 yards to give Tennessee the ball back. However, McCreary's efforts were not enough as the Buccaneers got the W 20-6. This was largely due to quarterback Jamel Dean. After being in concussion protocol all week, Dean came back with a vengeance. He recorded 5 total tackles, including 1 solo and 1 stuff, as well as a pass defended. Dean was able to lock down star wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins all game, limiting him to only 3 receptions for 27 yards. Finally, over in Green Bay, safety Rudy Ford also competed after missing last week with a calf injury. Not only did he play, but he led the team in tackles with 10. Now, before we get into the injury report, there also was a new addition to Auburn in the pros. That is none other than wide receiver Anthony Schwartz. After being waived by the Browns in September, Schwartz just signed with the Miami Dolphins practice squad on Monday. Him and Tyreek are going to be fun to watch. On to the injury report. Pittsburgh Steelers nose tackle Montravius Adams left the game early last week with an ankle injury, and he did not play this weekend as a result of that injury. And although Jamel Dean got hurt last week, it was the other half of Tampa's quarterback duo that did not play on Sunday. Carl Davis III was out because of a toe injury. Lastly, over in basketball, Isaac Okoro has been out for the Cavs' last 4 games with a knee injury and will once again not play tonight against the Trailblazers. But wait, before we end this week, I cannot go without mentioning Sharife Cooper. In his first 3 games this season for the Charge on the G League, Cooper has scored 60 points, then 25 points, then 31 points. In addition, he officially reached the 1,000 point mark and was the 12th Charge player in history to do so. He also was the fastest ever in Charge history, as he did so in only 45 games. League him. That wraps up this week's From the Plains to the Pros. I'm Joleigh Cavanagh. Good night, and War Eagle.